The spotlight remains on Red Bull Racing's Christian Horner, with news that the complainant against him has now not only appealed the brand's decision to clear him of inappropriate controlling behavior, but lodged a complaint with the FIA. Horner, 50, was exonerated last month from allegations of inappropriate workplace conduct following a 10-week independent investigation. But a leak of WhatsApp screenshots purporting to be evidence followed, with reigning world champion Max Verstappen's father Jos going on the record about a now divided team that would explode if Horner, who has always denied the claims, stayed in charge. The female staff member has since been suspended on full pay, but it's understood she has now taken further action, though the FIA would not confirm a complaint had been made. We are unable to confirm the receipt of any specific complaint, and it is unlikely that we will be able to provide further comment on the complaints that we may receive from any parties, it said. Daniel Ricciardo's performance at RB is already being questioned, with Red Bull Motorsport consultant Dr. Helmut Marko stating that he has to come up with something soon. Ricciardo came into 2024 needing to destroy teammate Yuki Tsunoda to prove his top team readiness, but has been out-qualified at both Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, where he was also out-raced due to a long 41-second pit stop and late race spin. But while Ricciardo says the RB squad has seen flaws with the car it has to fix, Marko has intensified pressure on the drivers. There's a lot at stake this season for both Yuki and Daniel, Marko wrote in a post-Saudi Arabia column for Speed Week. Yuki's qualifying performance was very good, and Ricciardo has to come up with something soon. McLaren is set to protect Oscar Piastri in Melbourne as a result of huge local demand for the Australian driver's time at his home race. Piastri is hyped as a future world champion, with expectations high that he can one day become Australia's first since Alan Jones in 1980, given his 3 straight junior titles and standout rookie F1 season. But to ensure its drivers remain in top form, McLaren is managing its drivers' race weekend schedules carefully to balance performance and downtime, with Piastri needing extra care at his home Grand Prix this weekend in Melbourne, given skyrocketing demands. There are many requests, some we will accept, and some we'll have to protect to deliver the performance, said team boss Andrea Stella. Mercedes says it's designing some experiments for Melbourne based on findings in Jeddah and work within the wider group it hopes will provide a direction for performance at the Australian Grand Prix. The Silver Arrows have suffered across the opening 2 rounds this year, with the W15 first overheating in Bahrain and lacking high-speed pace at the last round in Saudi Arabia, leaving it just 4th in the standings, 2 points behind McLaren. But it's going through the data ahead of Australia.
We'll come up with a plan for how we approach free practice in Melbourne, but it's not just based on what we did in Jeddah. There's a lot of work going on within aerodynamics department, vehicle dynamics department. We're trying to design some experiments there that will hopefully give us a direction that's good for performance.
Sauber driver Valtteri Bottas says he wants to remain with the squad as it transitions to Audi, but is keeping his options open for 2025 and beyond in a bid to return to fight closer to the front. Bottas, who was at the Adelaide Motorsport Festival last weekend ahead of Melbourne's race, says the end of his contract may distract, but he has to deliver to secure a stronger future in F1.
To be honest, it does make a difference, because you definitely want to showcase what you can do, and like I said, I really want to carry on. I really want to get closer to the top, fighting for proper results, and I see a big opportunity on the Audi project.
Alex Albon has refused to say he wants to stay at Williams beyond 2025, despite admitting that he loves being a part of the team and that he finds its current upward trajectory exciting. 13 drivers are out of contract at the end of 2024, whipping up the driver market. with rumours Albon has been offered a chance to rejoin Red Bull's top team. But the Anglo-Thai driver, in a chat with F1's official podcast Beyond the Grid, says he's focused on Williams.
This upwards progress that we're on is very exciting. I won't deny and say there are opportunities around. There is a very fluid driver market right now, and I think it's exciting. It's moving around. But my focus and my entire time is put on the team, and I'm here to go racing.
Red Bull reserve driver Liam Lawson says he's staying ready for any opportunities on the horizon, though admits that nothing is yet set in stone regarding a full-time drive in 2025. Lawson impressed last season as a 5-race rookie stand-in for an injured Daniel Ricciardo at the then AlphaTauri, with whom he scored his first points in Singapore and outshone teammate Yuki Tsunoda in Japan. But while Red Bull's motorsport consultant Dr. Helmut Marko said at the time that he expected Lawson to be racing full-time in F1 from 2025, the plans are yet to be formalized. There's nothing set in stone, obviously, with my future, Lawson said. Basically, for me, it's about staying ready and hopefully we have some opportunity coming. Australia failed to host F1's opening round this year, but it looks set to go number 1 in 2025, with Ramadan starting on March 1st. Melbourne's race is confirmed on the calendar through to 2037, with the Albert Park Track's deal including a minimum of 5 F1 season openers. But replicating 2024's calendar would be problematic, with Bahrain and Saudi Arabia needing to run on February 16th and 23rd, and pre-season testing from the 6th to the 8th. Forcing the teams to have their cars ready and launched even earlier, making a Melbourne F1 season start in March, the first since 2019, a no-brainer for all concerned. Haas driver Nico Hulkenberg says he will play rear gunner for teammate Kevin Magnussen later in the season. The German finished 10th in Jeddah for Haas's first point since Singapore 2023, which team boss Ayo Komatsu described as gold dust, and lifted the squad to 6th in the constructors' standings. But the Hulk, who stayed out during the early race safety car, was able to stop later under green flag conditions on lap 33 and not lose positions after Magnussen held back the RB of Yuki Tsunoda. A very good job from him on that side, and thank you, I'll return the favor later in the season, said Hulkenberg. Alpine's Esteban Ocon says the squad realized it would have issues with its A524 car during a simulator run in December. Alpine had hoped to take a step forward this season, with then technical director Matt Harmon delivering a brand new car from front to back, in which only the steering wheel survived. But while news of Harmon and head of Aero Dirk de Beer's resignations came after a disastrous season opener in Bahrain, where both Alpines qualified on the back row, the team knew months earlier that 2024 would be difficult, with Alpine now working flat out via a new 3-pillared approach to its technical direction, 4 including the power unit, with hopes for a return to competitiveness. There is a plan to bring updates throughout the year, so hopefully, after every update, we're going to make steps, Ocon said. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.